Bada bing, it has worked. We're back. I am live. It is live. I really just want to make sure that it actually is live, and it's good. We're gonna, because last time I had a very big fear that the audio wasn't coming through, so you're gonna hear double me for a second. The audio wasn't coming through. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Is the music coming through on stream? It's very quiet. What if I did this? There, I'll do that. That's kind of loud. All right, really quick, sound check. I'm not good. Just anyone, say hi.
Hello.
Hola.
Scott didn't listen to the instructions.
No, I'm listening to the stream
You
noises.
little son of a gun. Kick him. He's done. He's gone.
Okay.
Just a quick aside. Before the game started, I was just chilling because usually what I do is frantically write what I'm supposed to be doing. It's good? Okay, thank you, mister. Usually what I do is frantically write stuff for the campaign that I should have written weeks ago. But today I don't need to do that. So what I was doing today was just watching YouTube videos of D&D stuff to get in the D&D mood. And I stumbled upon a channel that is documenting their progress on making Joe Manganiello's $30,000 D&D table. Just gonna reiterate that number there for a second. Joe Manganiello purchased a custom D&D table that costs $30,000.
Yep. I've seen pictures and video of that room. That room is crazy.
Yeah. Do you understand that $30,000 is just under what I used to make at my old job? A year? Per year.
I need to make way more money so I can do dope D&D room.
Yeah, right?
Same.
So why did you, Rick, why did you purchase Google and get all of these assets and stocks and stuff? Oh, well, I just needed minis. I needed the minis. I'm liquidating all of my stuff so I can get minis.
I'd like to go die on the walls now.
Oh yeah, that's right. So do you guys? So just to get, and before we get into it, does anybody have any cool things that happened to them this week?
No.
I don't think so.
Are we all boring?
Yeah,
Well, here's how old we are. We went to a basket event today at the middle school that we both attended.
Right.
You buy a sheet of tickets and you put them in to win baskets.
Right.
And that's what I did today.
I remember when I was 10 and my parents used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
We may win a bar cart though.
ooh.
Fully stocked bar cart. So.
Okay, that's actually pretty deep. Pretty.
Also a vacuum.
Damn cool.
Or the vacuum. Yeah.
The vacuum is okay. That's another thing. That's the age thing. It's showing because like also that's a pretty good gift.
Listen, it's a shark. Okay.
You can tell your childhood has died when like I go in Target and I'm like, oh my god, that handheld vacuum is only $60. Like, ooh.
But then you're also not an adult because you walk past the next aisle and you're like, ooh, Hot Wheels.
The Lego sets out too.
What was it? Pokemon cards?
My friend sent me a link to the Lego site. Okay. And I'm not going to say the price because it makes me upset every time, and it's also sold out. But she sent me a link to the Lego site that is now offering the DeLorean as a Lego set.
No.
And it's already sold out, and I wanted it so bad, but it's gone.
How much though? Because the DeLorean
I'm
isn't like
curious.
Hogwarts or anything.
I mean, no, but the DeLorean is the DeLorean, and I think they were doing it for a special, like, what's the word, anniversary kind of? I don't know what it was, but it was $164.
Whoa.
Okay.
for this set. And by set, I mean the car. It was the car with two minifigs.
I wonder how big this car is, though.
It can't be any bigger. I don't see it being any bigger than this, except in the DeLorean shape.
Ah.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's expensive.
Because this was on sale. I got this on sale for $30, and it was over half off. This is like a $70 kit.
Yeah, you're probably right then.
Yeah.
I'm not push the Mega Blocks.
I know, right?
I always preferred Mega Bloks because they had the dragon set. I don't know if anybody remembers those. They were like my favorite thing ever.
See, I lived in an Imaginext house.
Oh.
What?
Imaginext.
Imaginext.
That's magnets?
Yeah.
Like-
No, that's
no.
that's
They're these hard plastic like rods,
yeah.
and
yeah.
there's pulley systems and
You can-
wheels, and you do this
Yeah,
whole
I remember
thing.
the
Oh,
commercial.
it's like plastic, like I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The
You go
commercial
into
was
Toys R Us,
always
there used to be like
Wow, I'm sorry.
like
roller coaster.
yeah. The commercial was always like, here's a Ferris wheel that works that you can build.
You can. You just needed the little motors. It worked.
Yeah, but
Definitely worked.
that's not
Bring
Legos.
back Lincoln Rocks.
Yeah, but I had pirates that fought dragons that fought like a ghost knight army. So
So Scott wins.
Yeah, we were Imaginext and Little People. My brother loved the Little People.
Oh, I remember Little People.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like a Fisher Price brand,
Yeah,
and they're
Are
just
they like
these
little like munchkins kind of? Yeah, they're like
yeah.
normal people but squished down.
they were
Yes.
they were for children.
Yes.
Children.
I think I had a few of those.
There-
He is
there-
7 years younger than me, so
There was a like Fisher Price type action figure line that was they were for kids that were like 2 to 5, and I remember my brother had a ton of those, and they were so cool. They were like little pudgy hard plastic like dudes, but they were mostly like knights and stuff.
Oh,
We
I
also
remember
had
that.
those.
Matt and AJ had those
kind of
too.
sounds like Little People.
Yep. It might have been the little people thing, and they like we probably just didn't realize they had other styles because we only bought like fantasy ones. You might be seeing a theme.
Scott and his brothers have been just massive fucking nerds their entire lives with no help at all.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, I grew up loving the Page Master, and then I made this character, so just wait till my book comes to life. guys.
Anyway, D&D.
I was trying to.
I'm slowly taking out my
Yeah.
dice right now.
just like one at a time.
Yeah.
You mean you don't leave your setup there all week waiting for D&D?
Even if I did, I'd put my fancy dice back in their thing. You gotta.
I actually do. Like you guys can never see because I don't turn my camera on anymore. But my entire D&D setup sits right behind me on a shelf, ready to go in case
Oh, yeah.
anything happens. Like
You haven't seen our dining room, Scott.
in
It's
case
just for D&D.
in case spontaneous
Oh my
D&D,
God.
the whole dining room table is D&D. That's why I miss in-person games so much at your house, because the whole table is a D&D grid.
It is.
It is.
Made it. So it's a card table. It's a what is this, an octagon?
Yeah.
So there's like a pocket for everybody, and then there's like little cup holder things. But it was just a leather top table. So I took was it like poster board from like the hard poster board from the dollar store, the back of 1-inch wrapping paper, and wrapped it. And then I bought a roll of vinyl online and wrapped that so it's actually dry erase.
You should send,
That's
if you have a
awesome.
picture of it, you should send it to the Discord so I can put it on stream so that people can actually see it. Because it is a good site. But until then, does everybody remember where we left off?
Cops in a wall.
no, I don't
On the
recall.
wall.
we were joking about it before I hit go live. That Scott's gonna die in a wall tonight. Cause Scott, I was looking at your wisdom, and your wisdom scores are fine because you're a cleric. But one
This
bad
is a Keyleth moment.
yeah, but one bad roll means that you're gonna get lost in those walls.
Like this is 100% a Keyleth moment where I was like, I am statistically the wisest person in the group, but physically also the only one who could fit in that hole.
So, quick small recap. You guys, since you guys remember where we left off, you guys were tasked with going to this. It wasn't described as abandoned. It was mostly described as just kind of derelict and has seen better days. Hotel, a themed hotel, kind of a novelty hotel that revolved around constructs and being greeted and doted upon by robots and other kinds of various constructs. When you got there, it did not look like it did not look like it had ever seen any kind of business. It looked incredibly abandoned and dilapidated, for lack of a better term. I don't like using that word because I don't know if I'm ever saying it right. But you guys went in and found yourself to be locked in the first door. You also noticed that when you went into the grand lobby, it did not match the outside. With a little bit of detect magic from Edna, you found out that the entirety of this place is kind of steeped in illusion magic. Like everything looks like it's kind of just coated in this magical essence. I'll say that better next time. Finding out that you had kind of the run of the place after you rented the room and were given the tour by Motor, the maitre d'. You met Price, who seems like he's the kind of, the only human that you saw at first, or the only person, not robot, that you saw at first. And then on the tour, you were introduced to some of the other tenants of this hotel, some of the guests of this hotel. Two of them being some old friends, Apollo and Persimmon, who they seem to be kind of on a similar quest. They think that Frankfurt Harmon, Price's father, is somehow doing all of this to the hotel through some kind of magic, and they want to beat you to the punch and do what they do. Trying to get into Frankfurt's room, which is magically locked through an arcane lock that you found out, again, through Edna's detect magic. Trying to get into the hotel, or trying to get into the room where his study, his large, grand study room at the top. You guys, very, very cleverly called a construct to come in and give you room service. They come out of little holes in the wall. And Grayson had the idea to burrow his way, well, not burrow, just go into the wall after one of them had come out.
My exact note my last note from last week is just Grayson diehards into the wall.
Yeah, Grayson is very much a John McClane at the moment. So we can pick up right there as Grayson. You are a halfling man. So naturally, you're about the size of a 7-year-old, and you are still kind of like hunched in this wooden rafters, and again, the inside of this wall does not match the inside of the hotel at all. There's like termite damage everywhere. There's a few bugs and termites in little places. There's cobwebs everywhere. Naturally, you'd find signs of decay and stuff like that on the insides of buildings if they're old enough, but this does not. This looks like the building should be collapsing compared to the inside of the room that you were given, which is immaculate. But you are sardined in this wall. What do you do?
Look through, did the little entrance close?
Mm-mm. You guys put a footstool or an ottoman in, you shoved it in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna look back at everybody. And just
You
the
look back.
little robot's doing stuff, right? We don't want the little robot to know.
The little robot is standing. It handed Edna, because I think Edna asked for room service, so it handed Edna a menu. And you guys can just barely see because the ottoman that you shoved in there only gives you like this much space to see through the hole now. So you guys can just barely see him, and he can just barely see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of try and put a hand out to try and like wave somebody over, like whoever is not distracting the robot real quick.
A tiny halfling hand just kind of pops out of the hole and starts doing this.
You okay in there?
Just so everyone knows, the inside of the walls look like it's, I don't know, like this place should be condemned. I'm gonna go, I guess, look around. If I'm not back in like an hour, please, I don't know, find me.
Of course, yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see you in an hour, but of course. I'm not gonna leave you in there. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna like turn and start making my way down there, and I assume it's pretty dark in here.
It is. Do you have dark vision?
I don't, but I have like little reading, like prayer candles, so I'm just gonna kind of.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of makeshift this right now and take out my little. I have a little sensor. I'm gonna put the candle inside the sensor. Just
Okay.
kind of keep it in front of me as I'm going.
So you'll have a good like few feet of light in front of you because it is like pitch black in here.
It's like the worst flashlight. It's like one of those like flashlights that you get in like a really poorly made kid's goodie bag.
The wind-up ones. Yeah.
Like somebody's mom always puts them in there, and you never know why. It's like, why does an 8-year-old need a flashlight? Anyway.
So.
Spies.
So immediately when you're in there, it follows, as far as you can see, it follows the outline of the room that you're in. Like as soon as you go in, you're met with like a flat part of the wall, and then it goes off in either direction. So which direction do you said you go towards where you think his room would be, right?
Yeah, like the approximate where like that room should be. And to kind of like check the floor as we're going, I have like my sensor in one hand, and then I have a little light hammer.
Okay.
That I'm just kind of tapping the ground in front of me, just a bit, like not hard, but like just like pushing on the boards in case there's like a loose one, and I'm keeping an eye out for any like stray nails.
Okay. I'd say
I don't need to get tetanus. All right, that's a whole spell slot to fix.
I'd say make either an investigation or a survival check, depending on how you want to do it. The investigation would be like kind of trying to use what little light you have to see your surroundings.
I'm going survival because I'm John McClane.
Okay.
14.
14. It's really strange. You know, you're pretty sure from the orientation you went into this hole. You know the room should be roughly more this way. It's at most 80 feet away from you, from your room's doorway. And you start shuffling your way, John McClaning your way through this place, this little cubby hole between walls. And then the light immediately, like maybe like 10 feet ahead of you, stops to a brick portion. It looks like you've met one of the brick portions of the wall, and it only goes right. It doesn't go towards where the room should be.
Have I seen any other like little exit holes, or?
With a 14, no, you haven't seen anything that looks like it's an exit hole.
So like, the way I'm oriented, which would it be, my like left side or my right side that would be the outside, the wall that leads to the outside versus the
your right side.
My right side would be out.
If you wanted to just burst out next to the hole you came out through, or you went in through, it'll be your right side.
Okay. So I'm gonna go on my right side, and is it like plaster or is it like thick wood? Like, what is it on that side? Is it wood slats? Like, we've seen Encanto, Rick.
Yeah. So, like, are you Bruno on the other side, you're saying?
Yeah, like, I want to see if I can, like, maybe, since
I'd
it
say
looks kind of decrepit in here, can I try and, like...
Make an investigation check, since it's
Okay.
you have low light.
So... Might not be terrible. It's just a 13. So that's what I rolled.
It's so strange. You like this idea comes to you to just kind of check if you'd be able to either push or like what kind of stuff this is made of, right? And it looks like it is made of like some kind of plaster or just kind of, you know, random little wooden slats. Everybody knows, they've seen the insides of building walls. But you can actually it looks like there are portions where there are no plaster at all. Like there is no plaster covering it. And you can see through it. And you can kind of see something that does not match the room you came out, you came into this place from. You don't get a lot of picture from it. You don't get a clear shot of like some other like different universe or anything. You can see that it does not match what you left.
I'm gonna take my So is the wall itself, is it like planks of wood or is it more like drywall?
It's both. It's like planks of wood. There's various bits of plaster. Like the hole that you can see through is maybe like this big.
Okay. I'm gonna at that hole, I'm just gonna take my little hammer and take the little spike end of it and just kind of quietly and carefully break more of it away until I have a nice slat that I can look through.
You just kind of hammer and chisel a little bit away, and as you do, I think everybody else is in the room, right? About 10 feet to the right from where Grayson went into the hole, a little bit of the wall starts to chip away, but you don't see any hole in the wall. You just see bits and pieces of plaster and drywall fall onto the ground.
Hello?
Grayson, is that you?
Do I hear that? Or
Yeah.
I do? Yeah?
You haven't gone quite far enough yet.
Well, there's a dead end. It ends right here. Can you see me? And I'm looking for them in the wall, through the...
You would have, Grayson, you would have chipped away a little bit enough to where you can see into the room now. And you can see, it looks like there's a little bit of light coming through. So you can make a perception check to see, what, this little Bruno hole, basically. Everybody else, you can't see anything other than, it looks like a glitch in a video game where your wall is now just kind of leaking little bits of drywall onto the ground, but nothing is changing about the wall.
God. I don't know if I wish I had video on or I'm glad we didn't because of the dumb, silly, happy dance I just did. I got a natural 20 for a 24.
So when you kind of get your face right up to that little chiseled out portion, what you see is everybody in your party standing in what now matches the inside of the wall that you're in. It looks like they're in a room that's kind of almost equal size, a little bit smaller to the room that you were given, nowhere near the same layout, but the furniture in this room looks like it's moth-eaten and molded and ripped and torn. The floorboards are messed up, broken, chipped, splintered. The window is covered by either various boards, and if they're not covered by boards, a little bit of the overcast sunlight kind of shines through, but it's not even that bright because of how overcast it is today. And you can see the door is open to this room, and you only see your three companions. You don't see the little helper bot that wheeled itself out.
Okay. Okay, this
you
is
asked us-
weird.
You asked if we saw you, right? I don't think we answered yet.
Yeah, I did.
No, it doesn't look like you've broken quite through yet.
Okay, cause I can see you. Okay, so here's the thing.
You can see us?
I can see you.
Is there a small hole, maybe? Are you pushed up close against it?
It's a pretty decent size hole. Like it's a good
Oh, it must be the magic we were just talking about.
What happens if you stick your finger in the hole?
I just put my whole hand through and
More, you kind of widen the hole a little bit because it's it only seems like it could fit your hand a little bit, and then you just keep pushing through. I was gonna make a reference to Ace Ventura with the rhino, but I don't. But you push through, and all of you see more drywall kind of just crumble out, and a small halfling hand just start appearing from the wall.
Holy shit.
Oh, it most certainly is an illusion.
Yeah, so either I am in the illusion or you are, but I'm looking at all of yous, and you are currently standing in a very precarious looking place that looks like it is falling apart. It is much more powerful, of course, with what the outside of this building looked like. I am very
Interesting.
concerned.
So it could be just some kind of simple illusion spell, or it could be the mansion that I was thinking of.
Oh,
Interesting. Very interesting.
guessing this is what they sent us to investigate.
I'm gonna go over and just kind of feel the wall. I might accidentally touch his hand or his face.
Make an
Just
investigation
trying to
check.
find the hole. Yeah. Let's see. Well, quick math.
It doesn't. So most of it doesn't feel any different. You kind of feel your way around where his hand is partially sticking out, until you get to around his hand, and then you can subtly feel changes in the wallpaper. It feels like wallpaper is ripped away at certain points, and then you start to feel where it dips in, where his hand is kind of coming out of.
Interesting. Very interesting. So you said it doesn't go all the way through? To the room, I mean. To the office.
I meant a dead end, right here.
Huh.
There's a wall made of brick. The way that there's no more little pathway.
How do the robots?
Yeah,
go
are there
through
tracks in there?
the rooms?
Oh, there's no robot. You do not have a. Is he still there?
I look for the robot.
The robot is standing directly in front of Edna.
He must be part of the illusion. I walked over to the hole.
And no,
Did he follow me?
No.
Oh, okay.
reach out and touch it.
Touch the robot, give him a little pat on the head.
You can feel the little pat. You can feel something there. It feels like he's there.
Well, this is a quite powerful illusion indeed. He is tangible.
But he's there, but he's not there. Magic's,
Interesting.
that's the word for it.
So he's part of the illusion as well.
I think we need to get into that room.
Can
Yeah,
I come back now, or do I have to
Oh,
try
yeah.
the other direction now?
Yeah, it appears that will not take you to the room, so...
You can
Because
come
I can try the other direction. I don't know where it goes. Could wrap around the building, but
No, you can come back.
thank Tom. I start crawling back.
You it takes a little bit longer because you definitely don't have enough room to turn around.
No, I'm just back.
Yeah, you're backing up. All of you
as I-
here just in the walls.
As I do crawl back, I want to see are there any spots where the floorboard looks weak enough that I can maybe look through or make a little gap to see if I can see down.
Yeah, I'd say you can make an investigation check. Since you kind of know what's going on, I'd say just a straight roll.
3.
3. Okay, yeah. There's a bunch of them, but probably not enough to see down.
this is not comfortable. And I will just return to the group.
Okay. Grayson comes back out of the hole, brushes himself off, cobwebs and dust everywhere.
I wish I had that one spell that I read about to dismiss or get rid of magic, but not yet.
Oh, I survived. I survived whatever that was.
Yeah, good to see you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Okay, so
I'm
in
very
some
distracted
kind of
because
illusion.
the game world is now blending into reality as I look up into my ceiling and there's just a giant spider web that is suddenly apparated on my window, my ceiling fan. It was not there this morning because I just cleaned. Anyway.
This is how powerful my
Your little
writing
buddy.
is.
Dear God.
Well, it's very interesting. Tangible illusion, it seems.
We were sent here, to investigate this, I guess, so I feel like we need to talk to the guy in charge.
Hmm.
But the door's locked.
So he
Okay.
went through the. So he went into the wall, and the illusion was gone. I don't know.
Well, okay, so I guess a couple of details. Like, for one, this room is a lot smaller than it seems. Kinda.
Like the walls are it just looks bigger?
Yeah, it looks like a little. When I'm standing in here, it looks a little bigger than when I was in the.
So if I walk over to that wall, will I hit something before I actually reach it?
Maybe.
I'm just curious how magic. This is crazy. This whole place is an illusion. Kind of freaking me out, honestly.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know who is an illusion now and who is not, and that really freaks me out.
That's a good point.
So,
So
the
really-
four of us is real.
Do we think our friends down the hall are real?
I got
They have
no
to,
idea.
right?
Well, we assume that they're real, right? Because we've met them outside of this room.
Well,
So
I think Apollo and Persimmon, they's probably real.
Yeah.
You know a thing or two about magic. Do you think we should?
I think they know
Try to
nothing about
cooperate with
magic
them?
except being terrified.
I'm just trying to figure things out. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We were able to call out of the hotel. So it's not like we're in some kind of bubble or other dimensional.
Yeah,
place.
we're not in some kind of strange void.
Are we able to leave this place?
I don't.
We didn't really try.
Maybe we
the
should.
door
do
closed
that.
behind us, but
Should we try that?
I think yes.
Yeah. I think we should all calmly act like nothing, just normal. We'll go down and we'll try to get out of it. Just take a walk, if anyone asks.
yeah, that
What do you
works
guys
for me.
say? Yeah.
Yeah. That's good by me.
Sounds good.
All right. Act normal.
I mean, everything is normal still.
Yeah.
This
Everything
Grace
has
is
changed
covered
except
in
for our knowledge.
dust, dust and dirt.
So you guys make your way back downstairs to the lobby.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Stairs or elevator?
I don't know which would be more dangerous.
Is the elevator real? I'll take the stairs.
I mean, we took it.
I don't
several floors.
What kind of shape is it actually in? I'll take the stairs.
Okay.
Here's an important question, Rick.
Yeah.
From the outside, did this building look like it was 3 stories, or did it look taller or smaller?
From the outside, the building looked like it was about 4 stories, and you guys are on the 4th story.
Okay. Making sure.
We did point out the hallway before and how the shapes did seem different.
Yeah, that's
overall.
something you noticed last time, is that like it's off shape wise, and now we definitely know it is because like we've been in the walls.
So you guys make your way back down into the lobby. You're greeted again by Motor, who is, it looks like he's just writing down something in the giant leisure book, and he looks up at you when you guys, you said you were taking the stairs?
Yep.
When you guys come out of the stairwell, like kind of over to the corner of the room, he looks up at you. Oh, well, your friends aren't here yet, but you said they were coming, so I'm just making room in the books. Do you all like your accommodation so far?
Yeah, it's a very impressive place you got here.
Oh, swell. Remember, dinner's at 5 if you'd like to stick around and have some free dinner with everybody else, since you have the top 4th floor room. You get free dinner.
Sounds nice.
As he's saying that, like his facial structure is kind of like, it looks like it's trying to make emotions, and it can't really fit the emotion that it's trying to make, and then he just goes back down to writing.
Well, we were just gonna go take a quick stroll around the garden. So.
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's a very fine front garden. It's, if it anything like you said, it needs a little bit of tune-up, but that's fine. We can get a groundskeeper coming in soon.
Looking forward to it.
He just kind of
like doubles time, like towards the door.
Just kind of watches you as you stride across the lobby, and he's
like old people in the mall, power walking.
Yeah. The door to the mudroom, the initial room that you guys came in, opens fine. You swing open the door, and you see the same mudroom. It looks very old and decrepit, and it matches more of what you saw, Grayson, when you looked through the illusion. Same thing you guys saw when you came in.
I guess we try the front door.
Yeah.
And the moment that everybody sets foot into the mudroom, the doors to the actual lobby behind you slam shut again. And the front door, as you try it, feels locked.
Okay.
Not a fan of that. Guys.
Does anybody know how to, like, I don't know, pick a lock? Jimmy a door? Anyone?
Are the hinges on this side?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's not good. 7.
Even with the little bit of light that you can see, even with a little bit of lantern light that's kind of lighting up this very old, dingy-looking room, it does look like the hinges are on this side.
We could just pop it up. Lift the
want-
door out of the hinges.
Do you want to make a scene, or?
It seems like we're alone in this room.
Yeah.
All right, let's try.
I don't know that I'd be strong enough to lift it out of its hinges, but y'all are strong, capable
I
young
might be
men.
able to. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I think.
work
so.
smarter, not harder, right? So it's got hinges, right? And I'm gonna go, like, I'll look like Edna just pointed out and be like, all we're gonna do is knock out the pins. It's not that
Proper
hard.
leverage.
And I like hand Zaboon my like tiny light hammer that he may have given me. Yeah, if you just, it's a little annoying. These are like regular door, like hotel style doors, right?
Yeah, it looks
Really
like
nice.
really nice and elaborately carved wood that doesn't look like it's seen a lot of good care taking care of it.
Yeah. So the way it'll work, like Grayson will explain to you guys, because he's definitely put together a bunch of he's definitely like helped people like refurbish their houses and stuff like that back home. If you hit the bottom of the pin, you can slowly tap it out and pull it from the top, and then you can just pull the hinges out from. There's probably either 2 or 3 major hinges on each door. Just pull them out, and then they'll come off.
It looks like there's about 3 for each door, yeah.
Taking doors off, by the way, are way easier than you would think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you who's gonna try and do it?
Are my
Let me
hands
supervise.
too big to hold the hammer?
I think it was your hammer, wasn't it?
I think it was mine.
Okay.
It might have been others. Yeah, one of you gave me a crossbow, one of you gave me a hammer. So
Yeah, I think I gave you the. Wait, no, maybe I gave you the crawl.
Either way, Zaboon, your hands can hold the hammer. It's just kind of small in your hands. Like a child's hammer.
Do we have like a pin or something we could use?
No, but it's a warhammer, so that means like, it has a point on the back for piercing armor.
Oh,
So-
right. Yeah, I guess I'll try that with the first hinge.
Okay.
I
As
will guide him.
as you go down to make the first, like you kind of position it to where you can make the first strike. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh.
oh dear.
Ooh, 21.
Oh.
21. You go to make the first strike, and then you immediately feel this like sharp pain in the back of your head. Your vision goes blurry for a second. It's almost like you have an intense migraine for like a few seconds, and then you feel yourself strike up with the pin, but you feel a little bit out of it. All of you see the lights in this room dim for a second and then go back when Zaboon does that.
Uh,
Oh dear.
See Zaboon kind of like look a little like frazzled at all.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head and rubbing my eyes.
The pin is about halfway out of the hinge, by the way.
Zaboon, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I could try one more time, but
Are you sure? You seem okay.
if it gets to be too much, we maybe should find another way.
did the house just get mad because you touched it?
I think it did.
And how many of these hinges are there?
We need to get 3 of them.
Yeah, 6 altogether if you want to do both doors.
You know what? I want to try something. I'm gonna back up a little bit and toss the hammer at the door.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Uh, 23.
It definitely hits. It clatters against the door and then falls onto the ground. Just kind of thumps against the rug.
I'm sorry, my computer was making a weird noise.
Oh no, it's actual horror.
Did the lights flicker at all when he did that?
Nope.
Well, that's weird.
Now I'm wondering how I can do that to the hinge.
I think. Do you think you can just like pull it now? Like it's mostly out. Like you can just like get a good like grip on it with your hand. Just yank it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Like take what's sticking up out of the hinge and pull.
Yeah.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty then.
Oh boy.
Got a 5 this time.
Yep, that's a good one.
It is good. It's good. It's a high number. You guys watch Zaboon just kind of kneel down, take the pin, and as he begins to pull, it looks like he immediately stops what he's doing. Just like he starts to pull and then stops immediately. Like his shoulders lower. Zaboon, your vision goes dark for a second, and then as it comes back, you guys all watch Zaboon just kind of fall back onto his back, fully prone. Zaboon, like 6 to 10 seconds later, you wake back up. It felt like you just put your hand on the pin, and now you're waking up, just laying on the ground on your back.
Do I feel any other effects?
You don't, but everybody else, when Zaboon falls, the lights dim for even longer and then go back on.
I'm starting to think we don't. Is he okay? Zaboon.
Hey, big guy.
Yeah, I've had worse.
Maybe we should just leave the door alone.
Yeah, that.
The pin is out now, though.
Just 2 more.
Is it worth it?
Okay, we are currently trapped in an illusion house that gets angry at you and puts you to sleep when you upset it.
Could be worse.
Ow.
What do you guys do?
Okay.
I don't know if it's worth risking our lives trying to get out of this door. Might be able to figure out something inside. We talk to the guy in charge.
We can't get to the guy in charge.
Okay. So here's the thing. There is a chance that there is no guy in charge based on the fact that the walls do not lead to where that door exists. So, like, maybe it's not a real door. Is that a possibility? Is that a thing?
That's definitely a possibility for everything we've seen.
Someone made this illusion.
Can I try to see if I can smell anything behind the door? Like, how big are the cracks?
Behind the door that leads outside?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
You can make a perception check with advantage because I think you get advantage for smell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can make a
Smell
perception check.
check?
Yeah, give me a smell check.
First one was 15. Second one, soft 20.
You don't smell anything different. Like, you don't smell the smog outside. You don't smell the sewage in the streets that you normally would in this area of the town. You just smell what you would smell in this building. The same thing you're smelling, like the little bit of dust and probably a little bit of mildew.
Hey guys, I don't think there's anything else behind this door. It's not going to lead us outside.
I don't want to think
Interesting.
about that.
Maybe
I
we are in
have-
a pocket.
I have an idea. Maybe. And you can do that thing, right, where you, like, can tell what a magic thing does.
I can, yes.
Can you just do that to the hotel?
I believe I did.
No, you did the door
Oh, I
to
did
find
the
out
door.
that the door was locked.
Found out it was locked and there was... Did I not write it down? Oh no, I didn't write it
It
down.
was- Yeah, you- so you-
Illusion preparation magic.
Yeah, you found out that it was arcane lock. The specific spell on the door was arcane lock.
But I did get from detect magic, the kind of magic that was all over, right?
Yeah, the kind of magic that was like mostly permeated throughout the entire hotel was illusion.
I can certainly try to identify what spell is being used on the actual hotel. Just give me like 10 minutes.
Yep, sure. Take all the minutes.
But the room we're in is kind of dilapidated, right?
We go back to
The
hotel.
the
Might have
current
to go
part,
back
yeah.
in. We might have to go back in.
Yeah, might need to go to like our room.
Back to our room?
If we try the door to get back in, does it open?
You go back to the door that leads back to the grand lobby. The doorknob opens up and the door creaks open. Same thing, same effect. It looks like the chandelier glows brighter as soon as you walk in. And this time you actually see Motor on the other side of the desk. Oh, how much you walk?
Short.
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of
It was very short.
he keeps his smile towards you.
I know he knows.
If the robot that came to our room isn't real, he's probably not real either. I doubt he has any idea.
Or he's a wizard.
Or he's the wizard.
Damn it, you found out.
This nice robot just wanted to have a hotel. Okay. Are we going back upstairs?
Yeah, that sounds like a safe bet.
I guess we take the stairs again, huh?
We can try the elevator if you want. It's faster.
Yeah, we could do the elevator.
You guys are back up to your room.
Mm-hmm.
You got nothing. It doesn't look like anything has changed. At least from what you saw before. You guys go back up to your accommodations. Everything is set the same. Your neighbors, the Cardinal Order, are like, you can still hear movement from the inside of their room. It sounds like they are in their room, but the door is closed.
Do we let them know that we can't leave? Maybe they can go knock the rest of the hinges off. And then we won't have to deal with passing out ourselves.
It's not a bad idea, but who has to go talk to him?
It doesn't matter. We're all together now.
No. Grayson kind of like walks over and just like knocks real loud.
What? How come your knocking comes through? Not fair.
Why did Discord let that come through?
Exist.
I'm pissed.
No fair.
Because I've got my audio set up very well.
Anyway, you knock on their door. A moment later, you see Apollo just open the door. Not all the way, open the door. Can I help you?
Just thought you want to know, in case you didn't already, we're trapped inside the building. You can't get out.
What you mean trapped?
Front door doesn't work. If you try to go outside it, it puts you to sleep.
He looks back at Persimmon, and she just kind of like shrugs. And he looks back at you guys. What are you getting at?
We're stuck.
Stuck in the house. I don't.
He looks back at Persimmon again and just kind of nods his head in a different direction. And she leaves the room and walks past you towards the elevator. She goes into the elevator and cranks the lever. The doors close and she starts going down. So you say we're stuck in here forever then?
I mean, not forever.
Do we figure this out?
Zaboon did successfully knock out one of the pins in the door. There's two more, and knocking out one did make him pass out, but maybe you'd have better luck.
I'm sure that you all have figured out by now that this is not correct, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did discuss that, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so at least we're all on solid ground here. I'm not hiding anything, you're not hiding anything.
Nah, it's like
yes.
a spooky make-believe house. I get that.
Oh yeah, tell him about the crawl space.
I don't want to. Okay, I went in the walls. That is terrifying. If you go in the wall and you look into this place does not look like this. It's like falling apart. The little robot things, they're not real. They're make-believe as well.
He, when you're saying this, he kind of like runs his hand across his brow and a little bit of dust falls off. He looks back into his room and just kind of like looks again at his room but at a different angle. So you're saying the little things that come out and help you with shit, they're not.
No,
Right.
not real. They're
Okay.
make-believe.
Well, they're tangible, so they're real while you're here. You can touch them. They'll touch other things. You can interact, but it appears if you look through the outside that they do not exist.
Right. All right then.
Yeah. Also, so I like tried to, follow the wall, because they're supposed to be, like little secret compartments for the tiny robots. And you cannot get into that door. And I point to where the office is.
All right. Well, full transparency. We were aware of that part. You can't get into the door. We've tried.
It is affected by the arcane lock spell, if it is real.
I knew there was some
Wonder if
kind
the
of
spell is an illusion as well.
magic doing something, but I can assure you there is a door there. There's something there anyway. At least a passageway into something else.
How are you aware of that?
He reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a it looks like Arthur, you recognize this immediately. It looks like a lockpick kit. You've taken many of these off of many a criminal. This one looks elaborate though. Kind of has like little tools that looks like dentists use them, like with little mirrors on tiny little sticks. He pulls the little mirror piece out and he goes over to the door and just kind of, he doesn't actually do it, he just motions towards it. I put this under and I could see a little bit of something. Not much. Puts it back, shoves the thing back into his little holster. You guys hear a ding as the looks like the elevator starts to rise up to this floor. Persimmon on the other side, she pulls the lever, closes the door again, goes over to Apollo, whispers, and then looks back at you guys. No, you're right.
Yeah. Did you inspect the doors at all?
What do you mean? I couldn't open them. I pulled.
Because we knocked out one of the pins, and I was curious to know if it was still out.
Oh, I didn't look. But the other door slammed behind me.
Yeah, it does do that.
It scared me, and then I opened them again, so it was fine.
Okay.
What is this place?
A spooky robot ghost hotel.
An illusion, apparently.
It does
That is-
appear to be an illusion.
When
Yes.
when you say that, she reaches into her robes and takes out a small pendant, looks like a tiny crystal on a gold chain, and just starts flicking it back and forth as it like pendulums away, and then she just starts like going around where she is. She's not moving, she's just kind of pivoting as you guys are talking.
Okay.
Oh, are
Okay.
you using detect magic?
No,
Are
this
you-
just
I-
this lets me know where a source of magic is coming from.
Oh, well, I can tell you that the entire place lit up with magic.
Yeah, it goes crazy. Look at it. And she continues to like flick it, and the whole thing, instead of going in the direction that she flicks it in, it just goes.
If I put my hand closer, does it try to pull towards my hand?
It does.
Neat. See, even I am magic. The entire place is magic.
When you say that, Apollo puts a little face on and just starts walking back towards his room.
Okay. I have one idea. Let's go find Price. Well, he's downstairs. I'm gonna go meet Price if you guys want to come.
I will go into our room and
Let's see.
do what we discussed downstairs.
Okay.
So where's everybody going?
Look for Bryce. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Grayson.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to our room and then start ritually casting Identify on, I guess, the walls,
The-
the room.
The biggest
don't-
source
do I
you can
have-
find
Yeah, let me read it. Do I have to touch something?
on Identify.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So I guess the wall or walking around the walls.
Okay.
Just kind of like touching them and doing stuff, I guess.
Zboom, where are you going?
I'm gonna follow Grayson.
Okay. The three of you pile into the elevator or stairs or however you want to go downstairs. As everybody is like kind of breaking off and leaving, Apollo opens the door to his room and just like he grunts in Persimmon's direction, and she looks over at you, Edna, and just kind of gives you a nod, like a little happy "okay, see you later" nod, and walks over to the room she walks in, and Apollo.
Wink at her.
When you do that, Apollo gives you a very disdainful look, and then closes the door
Stick
behind
my
him.
tongue out at him.
But you sit down, or you go into your room and begin casting Identify. The three of you make your way downstairs toward the. You were told by Price himself, Grayson.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the sitting room.
Yeah.
Like downstairs.
So you make your way back into
Smoking
there. Yeah, the smoking room. And you can hear, like, you can hear furniture moving. You can hear the wooden things coming from downstairs. Like the closer you get to the door, just the large archway that leads downstairs. And you can see the light flickering a little bit. It looks like shadows are being cast across the fireplace that's lit. And when you actually, all of you get down there, the entirety of the layout of this room has changed. It looks like the rug has been pulled up in certain areas, and the chair has been moved over. It looks like there are like, not board games, but like what would be a makeshift board game platform has been set up, and like chalk has been drawn on the stone of the floor underneath the rug, and he has different like sets of cards and pieces of game sets set up on tables, and he looks up at you. We're almost done. Almost set up.
Yeah, it looks good.
He just gives you a thumbs up and keeps like shoving one of these couches over towards the corner of the room.
Yeah, if you need any like heavy things moved, you could probably ask Zaboon.
No, I got it. And he just keeps pushing.
I'm gonna like look at Zaboon, like give him the nod, like you want to help the kid.
I'm gonna walk over and help him.
As you start walking over, he looks at you. No, I got it. I'm good. And he starts like he is pushing it pretty well, but it's like he's one of those like little stubborn kids who's like, no, I'm good. I got this.
All right, little man.
His feet are like moving, and the chair isn't moving all the time as he's pushing.
Well, this is much more elaborate than I was expecting. This is cool.
Oh yeah, we take game night seriously. As he pushes again.
I feel bad that we left that upstairs now. Now, she'll come find us afterwards. Yeah, so I will wait for him to finish setting up and see if like I can, I don't know, order like snacks.
Yeah, he like not even like a minute or two goes by. He finishes pushing all the furniture out of there. He moves the carpet entirely, and you can see like chalk drawings have been set up before that kind of are rubbed away by the carpet, but it looks like he just kind of finishes little touches of it. He sits down. All right, what do you want to do first? You said you wanted to do some card games, right?
Yeah, card games are actually my favorite.
You guys all want to play?
All right, look at the other two.
Yeah, sure.
Where's the old lady?
She's still upstairs.
Okay.
If she comes down, we can deal with it later. Okay, so what games do you know?
A lot. Three Dragon Annie's fun.
That's my preferred game.
Let's do that.
All right.
He gets like several decks of cards.
Yep. So we'll rotate dealer, and I'm gonna like just kind of for like the next 15 or 20 minutes, just legit play games with him.
Okay.
Maybe even like half an hour, if you guys are cool with it.
So the first 10-minute section of that, Edna, your spell goes off.
Mm-hmm.
You're only up there for like 10 minutes. You hear them go downstairs, and you can hear a little bit from depending on if you leave your door open. You can hear a little bit from across the hall. Ooh.
I probably wouldn't leave it open because I don't want them to know what I'm doing specifically yet.
So you can barely hear them from across the hall. But they are still talking. The spell goes off, and you immediately understand that this has roots in a castable spell by people like you, like wizards, right? It is very heavily rooted in the spell Mirage Arcane. You don't know. You know that that's a very high level spell, but the effects that this is producing go a little bit beyond what the capabilities of that spell are on its own.
So it could be multiple spells kind of layered on top of each other. or just
It
like,
it
that
seems
spell on steroids?
yeah, it kind of seems like that. Like that spell just improved and bulked up. It has like everything that you're seeing has hints of like major illusion or hallucinatory terrain. You know all those from just reading all the antique books for wizards. But this one feels intense. And you also have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Started to write that down instead of get out dice. Okay. Like when you're talking to somebody and you start to write what they're saying. Flat 10.
You feel your vision go dark, and first it goes blurry, and you can feel yourself getting faint, almost like you stayed up way too late, or you haven't had enough to eat that day. And then it goes dark, and your vision comes back to you. You're not sure how long, but you are now flat on the floor on your back. And you hear very distant whispers that immediately stop.
Is there a direction of the whispers?
It just sounds like they're coming from everywhere. It sounds like a bunch of, like a group of people are whispering around you, and then it stops immediately when you wake up.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take out my book and start writing all that stuff down.
Okay.
What else to do? Is the hole still propped open from where the robot came out of? Did we ever close that?
Unless you guys closed it, then yeah.
I don't think we ever talked about it, so I assume it's still open since no one specifically said to close it.
Yeah.
Can I stick my head through it?
Yeah, you can stick your head through. Nothing changes about this, except that you now see what Grayson described.
Okay, and if I look back into the room with my head still out, I don't know how big I can maneuver, but like looking down past my nose, does the room look the way it was?
So you wouldn't be able to get your head into the hole. But you'd be able to look
okay.
inside. The hole now is like this big because of the ottomans shoved in there.
That's fair.
But since it was moved, Grayson came out, and I'm assuming you guys would have just put it back and not closed it, since you guys didn't say anything.
Right, we probably would have had to move it to make him come out.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Yeah, okay, never mind then. I don't know if we would have put it back or not. I doubt that he would have gone back in. So, to the windows. Can I open the windows? I know one of the other people said that they couldn't.
You go over to the window, and it's one of those like fogged or frosted glass type things. A good amount of light's coming through. It looks really nice. You try to open it, and it's locked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's do something stupid and magic missile the window.
You don't have to make an attack roll for that because it's magic missile.
Right.
But you hear immediately the shattering of glass. Make another wisdom saving throw immediately after that, as you.
Yep. Seen that coming.
As you point. I'm assuming your staff is what shoots the magic missile.
Yeah, right out of the little bird's mouth.
The bird's mouth shoots, and as soon as it shoots, you hear shattering glass, and you have to make another wisdom saving throw.
It's 15.
15. Again, you hear the shatter of glass, and then your vision goes blurry, and then dark, and then you wake up again on your back. Staff on the ground. You don't see any glass shattering on, no glass shards in the ground. You're not sure how long you were out, though.
I'd like to go. Can I stick my arm through the center of where the window is, or attempt to?
Make an investigation
I
check.
assume this frosted window still looks intact, right?
Yeah, the frosted window does not look any different.
That's good. 19.
You feel where it should be, and you feel like the broken glass. And it doesn't feel like it's big enough of a hole for you to stick your whole hand through, but you can feel, on the outsides of it. It doesn't go far, because your fingers then meet a solid surface. With a 19, I'd say you can definitely feel like it's not like a brick or anything, but it feels like a solid surface.
Oh. That little ottoman that I assume is no longer in the wall, I want to throw it through the window.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Sure.
What's Edna's strength check gonna be like?
Flat 0, actually.
Okay, so she's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, she's a strong old woman. That's a 14.
14. You kind of over to like closer to the window, so all you gotta do is a good shove. As it impacts again, you don't see any change from this window. But you do hear a very loud this time shattering of glass, and you start to see more pieces of glass this time actually clatter to the ground, all around it. And the ottoman doesn't. The ottoman looks like it hits something and then clatters back onto the ground in the room and like rolls away toward the bed.
Okay. What I want to do is attempt to not headbutt through the wall or anything, but just slowly try and push my face past where the frosted thing should be.
You get up really close and immediately you hear a knock on your door.
Ignore it and just keep going.
You start getting your face up close. Make an investigation check.
Oh, that one's a good one. Math. 22?
22. You
21? Yeah, 22.
with your hands, you can actually kind of feel where it should be. The rest of the glass is like very sharp and jagged all around the sides.
I assumed.
You get your face to where it should be, and you can get like a good maybe like this portion of your face in there before your nose actually meets what you can now see as it looks like boarded wood, very tightly bound boarded wood. And you remember that now. You can kind of remember now that the windows were all boarded up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You
Okay,
hear
now I'm
another
gonna go answer
knock.
the door.
Yeah, you hear
Yeah.
as you go. You kind of take your face out. You see Persimmon standing by there, right by the door, and like knocking. Sorry, we heard breaking glass, and I wanted to come over and make sure you were okay.
Oh, fascinating discovery! And I take her hand and bring her over to the window.
She just kind of like follows.
Okay, I'll put my hand through it now that I know where to put it, and watch this.
Yeah, it goes like this deep.
If you put your face through it, I mean, I would be very careful because of the glass, but you could see the boarded window from the outside. I don't think I'm strong enough to push the window or the board out, but good discovery.
She does the same thing. She just has like her hands on either side of the window, and she's just putting her face in, moving it around. Apollo now walks up behind, not in the room, just like in your doorway. Doesn't say anything, just leans against the doorway and watches what you guys are doing.
I broke the window,
I can see that.
but the window's still intact, you see.
Right, but her face is through it.
Yes, right. There is a board out there. I'm not quite strong enough to push the board out, but I assume when Zaboon or somebody up here could push the board through, we would have a way out. I mean, we are on the 4th floor, but, it's a way.
Persimmon whips her head around and, Apollo, do you see this? And as she whips her head around, you can see a little bit of a cut come across. And fuck. Do you see this?
Careful, dear.
She's just holding her face. No, I see it. What the fuck is this?
Well, like I said, it's an illusion spell of sorts. I did discover which spell, but I assume you know nothing about spells since you hate magic so much.
And you can see why then, now, right? Because it's trapped us here.
I mean, yeah, but I used magic to discover why. I think that goes to show that it's all in the user. Or how, not why, I guess. We'll discover why, though.
He just, it gives you the same look he gave you before and backs up out of the room and walks back into his room. Persimmon looks down at you. I think it's really neat. Well, it's terrifying, but neat.
A little, but it's fascinating. Even terrifying things are fascinating.
I guess so. This thing still
It's
can't
the
find any
rushed.
kind of specific thing, and she keeps like doing the like just kind of batting her necklace around, and it just keeps going around and around and around.
Yes, the magic is all around us, dear. I'm afraid that won't necessarily work.
Just as you say that, it begins to like kind of slow down, like it like just kind of like it's losing momentum, and then it immediately shoots toward a little bit to the left of where your door is.
Oh,
Oh, it's never done that before.
interesting. Is it towards the office?
If you were to walk out of the room, it would be kind of towards the office. Persimmon just kind of like takes a few steps to the left and right, and it does the thing where it locks onto the same place.
Oh. Wonder if he's actively working on the spell now. We peek out the door. Is anything different?
She comes behind you and peeks out the door. It doesn't look any different. Make an investigation check or perception check.
Cartoon style, Edna's
Yeah,
head is
both of
lower
them.
and hers is a lot higher.
Yeah.
Investigation?
Perception.
Oh, perception. Oh, I rolled a 19. What's my perception?
Ooh.
Plus 3, so 21? No? 20?
21?
21.
It doesn't look any different. It doesn't look like anything's going on. You don't see any activity from there, but you do see the necklace just kind of pointing towards there, and then as you guys are here, it goes back down.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I hope he didn't fix the door, the window. Go back to the window. Is it still missing?
All the glass is still on the ground. You go to put your hand where you remember putting it, and it feels like there's still a window there now.
Oh dear. So, it locked on him because he seems to have fixed the window.
That makes sense. I mean, kind of.
So if we were to trying to emergency escape here through the window, we'd have to break the glass, break the board, and get through as quickly as possible.
I used to punch boards in my monastery. I could do that. I wasn't good at the thick ones, though.
Oh, that could work, dear. That could work. I don't know if we need to right now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah. Plus the glass is back now, and we would need to wrap your hands.
Oh, right. No, I'd have to take my gloves off. These are expensive.
And I do have a spell to slow us down if we have to jump. So
Oh, okay.
I think we could do this if we need to. And now we know how to escape if we have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna go rejoin my friends downstairs. They're I believe playing games with. I forgot his
The
name.
boy, right? Price?
Yes, with Price.
Okay.
Price.
Price, the little boy.
Price. Yes. I'm gonna go down there and play some games with him. You are welcome to join us if you'd like to.
She looks back at the door where Apollo closed, like her room, and then looks back at you. I'll see you at dinner.
Okay, dear.
You both leave your room. She goes back into hers, and you make your way downstairs. About 20 minutes go by of you guys just playing cards. Edna is now making her way down into the room.
Hey, Edna, you want in? We got space.
I'm okay right now, dear. I do have some things that I've discovered, but we can talk about them later, of course.
All right, cool. That's good. Oh God, I'm being.
She's gonna plop herself on one of the comfy-looking chairs and just start writing in her book the things she's discovered.
Okay.
How is he so good at this game? How much of this do you play?
He scoops up all the little pieces and puts more of his cards down the ground. I'm really good. I play against Motor all the time. He's not good at it at all.
Yeah, that checks out. No poker face. Okay. No. Hey, so Bryce, how do you like living in a hotel?
He's going through his cards and putting some down and picking more back up. What do you mean? Like living, like, because it's not a house?
Yeah.
It's fine. I gotta meet new people a lot.
That could be. I can see that being a fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to do when you grow up? Do you want to Do you want to like run the hotel, or do you...
No, I don't know what I mean, my dad always used to say that I have to do what he did in the Capitol, but I don't want to do that. That's all boring. I used to have to wear suits and ties. I don't want to do that.
Like, Grayson that like visibly shudders. Like, no, definitely not. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I don't know. Maybe a doctor.
That sounds. You know what's funny? Back home, I'm sort of like a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, kinda.
You cure people and you heal them, and he just puts more cards down and looks at Arthur and Zaboon. All right, you two got to give me more.
God damn it.
Yeah. Well, you see, I'm what they call a priest. So, like, normally, most priests just like help people with their, normal problems, like they're having like a bad day kind of stuff. But I'm sort of a special priest where I can help you if you actually hurt too.
Oh, you mean like Brother Atwell on the third floor?
Yeah. But the cool thing is, now I don't know if Brother Atwell can do this, but I kind of like lean in like I'm telling him a secret, can do magic.
Oh yeah, like Brother Atwell.
He's got the magic too. That's wow. I'll have to talk to him about that.
You're gonna have a hard time talking to him. He doesn't come out of his room much. He doesn't even come down to dinner anymore.
Well, that's too bad.
Just like he's so busy with his work, just like Dad. All right, more from you, and he slaps down 2 more cards.
Well, price. So you know how I said, like that's what I do, right? But here's the thing: as a team, what we do is we investigate and look in the really top secret things, right?
What do you mean top secret?
Well, have you heard that like suddenly a lot of people can do all kinds of really cool magic? I have a buddy who made his house disappear.
Make a persuasion check.
14.
He looks up at
15.
15. He looks up at you and looks back down at his cards. And he doesn't look back up at you when he says, "Yeah, I heard about it." Stuff like that.
Have you ever done any magic? Or any of your friends? Have you done it? It's pretty cool, right?
I mean, I always tried to open doors and stuff. Can't do it. Wizards they used to only be in books.
Yeah, well, now, like, my friend Edna here, she just studied real hard and she can do magic, right? I'll look over at Edna.
I assume Edna's just furiously writing in her book.
Well, we were talking about, how we're trying to get a hold of your dad, right? Well, it turns out there's a super, like, really powerful secret password lock that keeps him trapped in his office.
What do you mean?
You need to know, like, a magic word. Like, we tried to knock and just, like, see if he was, like, in there and, like, ask him, if he could have a word with us. But you need a special magic word. Do you have any idea what that word would be? Like, if you made that word, what would it be?
Make another persuasion check with disadvantage.
That's actually not bad. No, that's a natural 1, but I'm a halfway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's going to be an 18.
He again doesn't look at you. Just keeps looking like
So much higher.
doesn't look at you. Keeps putting cards down. I don't know what you mean by a secret word door. Dad always locks his office.
I'm gonna look at him, raise an eyebrow, and be like, "Nah, you know what the password is now, don't you?" Ah, I should have known. You know everything about the
He
hotel,
just-
don't you? I should have known.
And he kind of like gestures you in. Okay, but you can't tell anyone because I'm not allowed to say it.
That's fair. I don't know if this is just like from where I'm from, but we normally do like a pinky promise. So like, that like I won't tell nobody the password. If you could share it with me too.
I mean, he puts his pinky out. It only works when he says it. So
That's fair.
whenever he says that I am allowed to come in, the door just opens. It's been like that ever since the magic stuff started happening. I used to be able to open the door. I would get a little bit of a wood shaving from the floorboard, and I would shimmy it under the thing, and I was really easy. But he got real mad when I started doing that.
That's clever. I like that. Well, that's a good thing to know. So, does he always just say, "Price can come in"?
Sometimes it's different, but it's usually him saying that I can come in, and then the door opens. But it hasn't happened in weeks.
That's a long time. That makes me. All right, I think. Don't worry. Me and my friends, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
He just looks at okay, and then slaps another card down. That's two more.
How do you keep that? There are only so many royals in a deck. And
No,
you
we're
definitely
using
have-
3 decks, and I have all 3, all of the faces. So you guys have that's 2 more cards, all of you.
I'm gonna keep playing with him for like another 15 minutes or so.
He seems to very much be playing the Big Daddy version of I win.
Yeah. How does he always win?
Yeah. Oh, calm down. It's bullshit.
Bullshit. Grace is like 2 steps. Yeah, so like I'll keep playing and be like, okay, I think you've won. Do we all agree as a group that like he is thoroughly trounceless at this game?
As he's scooping up the rest of the chess pieces and checker pieces in that you guys are using for money.
Where's everybody?
I'm not actually playing, just observing, but yes, he has kicked your butts.
I'm just honestly at this point disappointed in myself.
You just got to get better. Motor knows. And he
I've never played card game before.
Zaboon sits there with 3 cards in each hand, kind of confused.
Okay. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back in another hour or so, or maybe after dinner, and I don't know. We'll play something with I don't know. That is more fair. I don't know, checkers or something.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can even get Dad to come down for the game. He hasn't
Is he
come
good at
down.
this?
He taught me. He hasn't come down in a while, but maybe if we tell him that we'll play during dinner when he comes down, maybe he'll
That's
stay.
not bad.
He'll stay for a little bit instead of just eating and going.
That's a good plan. Does he come down for dinner?
He hasn't come down in a
For
while.
a couple of weeks straight. Yeah, okay. That's my bad. I know you can't tell it, but I'm old. Okay. I'm gonna take a walk. Do you guys want to join me on this walk of shame as we've been thoroughly defeated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have literally fought a dragon, and I feel worse losing this game. And I'm gonna just kind of
This
walk
one's 3 dragon, and he keeps pulling pieces in.
I've never lost that much in my life.
That would three drag anyway. If the party follows us, I'm gonna kind of like lead us, just like upstairs, kind of lightly, and like find somewhere that like as I'm like milling about that where like they are all out of earshot. If I have to, I will lead us. I'm gonna kind of start taking us towards wherever Brother Atwell's room is.
Brother. So you haven't met Brother Atwell.
Yeah.
You saw you saw Ellis and Joffrey on the second floor. They weren't priests, but they were part of a Bahamut order. You remember one of the rooms on the third floor being pointed out as being taken. You don't know who it was by, but Price did say the third floor is where Brother Atwell stays.
Yeah. So, is everybody kind of following suit?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll get us to like the third floor, just like via elevator, and then kind of pause and be like, okay. So maybe now is like regroup time.
Yeah, how are we gonna win this card game?
I do not know.
That was...
I'm a little cross. I genuinely thought you were gonna come in there and like be like an ace for us, and you just you left us hanging.
Yeah, so I have notes to make for the things that I've learned.
Well, the majority of the party's pride is just permanently damaged. So what were your notes about?
Okay, so I've learned a spell that is on the hotel. It is a mirage spell, except crazy amplified. It is not something that is typically capable of this spell. It was very, very powerful. Something else I learned is that I broke the window, but the window was still there, as expected. It's like the wall. But I stuck my face through, and the boarded up window was there.
Okay.
So, if we need to escape, that could be the way to do it. Persimmon did come check on me because of the broken glass sound. And she said that she could also punch through the board if we need to. And I also have a spell, I know we're on the 4th floor, so it would help us get down more slowly if we did need to jump out in an emergency. But I assume this could work for the other windows as well, as assuming that the spelled window is over a real window, I guess. Anyway, Persimmon came in, she had that crystal that's supposed to find a magic source, and it was spinning like crazy like it did before, but then it stopped and pulled towards the office. And then we went to go check it, nothing was wrong with the door, or nothing was happening on the door. Went back to the window, and the window reappeared. So he fixed the windows. I assume if he fixed the window, or whatever fixed the window that's in that office, probably fixed the pin in the door as well. I would assume so. Oh, and I also passed out a couple of times to Flexible.
We did just as much as that. Yeah, totally. We also did a lot of research.
You guys discuss. I'm gonna 2 seconds. I gotta pee real quick.
Sure.
I learned a rough approximation of the password, but I cannot tell you what it is or who gave it to me.
Fair enough.
I made it very solemn promise.
So I assume if we damage the house, he works the magic and fix whatever was damaged. So we'd have a limited time to jump out if we needed to. I do wonder.
So,
do you think maybe if? Oh, and I did hear some whispers when I passed out. I don't know, Sabuna, if you heard the same. But there was some whispering, and then it's kind of like waking up out of a dream. And then it disappeared when I was fully awake.
that is eerie.
Yes. So I wonder if we made some kind of deal with an entity, maybe, in order to get the power, a warlock or something.
I'm really not sure though. Like we know there's definitely weird magic. The Price definitely gets it. definitely, feeling like there's something not great. You can tell.
Do we know if he has any magic?
I don't think so. He seemed a little like sheepish about it, but I don't know if it was him specifically. I don't know.
I was
Maybe he
thinking maybe we could rule out sorcery then, because that is usually in blood.
Yeah.
So it's a wizard like myself, perhaps, or
Maybe.
a warlock is kind of like you, but makes a deal with a darker entity usually.
Well, all right.
Well, you've made a deal with a good entity, right? Not a deal necessarily, but you preach for your god, and he's given you powers.
See, that's the presiding theory, but that is yet to be confirmed.
Fair enough. I go from the ancient texts, how people used to obtain magic.
That is fair. Okay. So I guess what we got. You might have heard it. The big thing. It was sort of maybe I might have the password, but cannot reveal it to you. The kid's dad has been gone for weeks. That's weird. Like apparently he used to come down pretty frequently, visit, do things. Now he never does. That. I don't know. That's an alarm. Also there was somebody called Brother Atwell on this floor who also used to like come down to dinner and everything all the time, and he also has not been seen hide nor hair of, and he's in like one of these rooms. And do I know which room? Which like
you don't? You weren't given the room.
So I think maybe we're just gonna awkwardly. We have options. One, we could go try to guess passwords. Two, we could try to meet this Brother Atwell fella. Maybe they know something.
If they've been here a while, it might be worth it. How do we maybe Mulder would tell us? Or should we just start knocking on doors?
I'd rather just knock on doors.
Sure.
I don't want
rooms
to
are in
tell
the
the
hallway?
robots things.
There are 4 rooms in this.
Oh, that's not that many at all. I was expecting like 8
Yeah.
or something.
No, there's a lot
of
of
like 642.
Yeah.
Let's go knock.
You guys just start knocking on random doors.
Yeah, I might. The Grayson's gonna be rude, right? Grayson's gonna try and just see if any of them are open.
Okay. You go over to one of them. You jiggle the handle. It's locked. You knock on it. No one answers. You wait like a good 30 seconds to a minute. No one answers. You go over to another one. Jiggle the handle. It is locked, but when you knock, after jiggling the handle and you knock, you hear, yeah?
Is this Brother Atwell?
You hear footsteps and shifting. And then you hear an unlock from the other side. The door swings open. On opening the door, you can see a human woman, kind of elven features though, like kind of a long pointed face and not pointed ears, but like larger ears. Very blonde, almost dyed gold hair. Very fair skin and like these piercing hazel eyes that when she looks out of the door and says, "Can I help you?" You can see she's wearing very nicely tailored clothes. It looks like she has either come from money or just spent a lot on this outfit. And she has a very distinctive, almost like, it looks like a cloak, but it is themed. It looks like kind of like a Snuggie. It has like a dragon head on one end as she just kind of peers out the other side.
I was looking for Brother Atwell.
Oh, God, no, it's not me. It's not me. My name's Ryan. She swings the door open more. Everybody who's standing by the door, you can make a perception check to see what's in the room. But she swings the door open more and kind of leans against it. No, that's not me. That would be that guy over there. And she points to one of the doors. She kind of leans out a little bit and pulls her cloak over her face. And then leans back in. Okay. Sorry. Want to make sure I didn't get anywhere near any of your breath or breathing, especially not him. I thought he left. You're still looking for him?
Yeah,
Haven't seen him in a while.
that is normally a cause for concern.
Yeah, I thought he left.
Okay, you said your name was Ryan. Have you been staying here long?
Couple weeks. I have to get my vision out, and then I can go.
Question: did they mention anyone else being on the third floor?
Um,
Because he kind of told us like everybody that was staying here as we were going.
you were going up the stairs with Zaboon when Edna and Arthur were told there are 2 people staying on this floor, but you guys didn't get off, and then you went up to the 4th.
Gotcha. So you're like an artist.
Oh, and she everybody can actually see no matter what your what was your perception checks?
19.
16.
13.
15.
Yeah, all of you. That's pretty high. All of you are pretty high. She at this point like leans over, and you can see the entirety of the room is littered with like half-finished canvases and a large one at one point with it looks like a bunch of it kind of looks like the scene from Malcolm in the Middle when he's trying to do one perfect thing, and it looks like scrape marks and scratches are put through it, and she leans back over. I'll get it. I will. It's just going to take me a little bit, but yes.
Well, I mean, keep at it. And
And
if you like,
you
I can-
are you what are you investigators?
Father Grace and Half Art, my friends. Oh, I cannot wait for everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, he hasn't come out of his room. If he's here, if he's not, then he left weeks ago. I want to say like or week ago, a little over a week ago.
Have you tried to leave yet?
I cannot do it yet. If I try to leave, then this will not be finished, and I'll have lost all of the juju. You understand?
Yes, I
That's
do.
fair.
Fair enough, dear.
Well, I don't know if you believe or not, but for whatever it's worth, if you'd like, I can give you a quick helping hand on the next attempt you make at your pain.
Oh,
Maybe
you
it'll
you
give
mean the religi mumbo jumbo? Yeah, sure. If you know what, if it makes you comfortable, absolutely.
Sure. Tom, please help this strange soul out. And I will give her guidance for the next 10 minutes
Okay.
to make her next stab at her painting.
You don't see anything different happen. You don't see like she doesn't notice the slight glow from your guidance. Her eyes are closed and she just opens them back up. Thank you very much.
Remember, all Tom. And I'm gonna turn like on my heel and just walk across the other side.
She looks at the rest of you. I am happy to have not helped at all.
Good luck, dear.
She goes like walks back into her room, closes the door, and then you just hear a bunch of clattering from the other side. Fucking shit.
I'm gonna knock on Brother Atwell's door.
You knock, same way you did before. A good like 30 seconds again. Nothing.
Question: do we have like neat thieves' tools like that guy, like Apollo? Does anybody have that? Is that like a thing? Should we have those?
I don't. You know. Not much for breaking and entering.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the only option at this point.
I do not
Yeah.
have them, dear.
Well, can't pick it. Might as well just break it.
I'm as loath as I am to do so. We could go ask for Apollo to do this.
True.
I think it might be worth a shot. That's just me.
They do know about the window and the things I've discovered. He was his normal standoffish self, but Persimmon is very nice.
Yeah, I like her. She's sweet.
All right. So, who wants to go ask to borrow his thieves' tools, or just ask him to come with us?
Yeah, do any of us know how to use?
Well, not at all. I was gonna ask if he would just open the door.
Yeah. This is his first night here as well, right? So
Yeah. And based on his usual line of work, I highly doubt he is above breaking and entering. I'll start like heading towards that way.
Going back towards the elevator.
It's only one floor. I'll just take the stairs.
Okay. You knock. A moment passes. You see Persimmon open the door. Oh, hey! And she opens the door all the way, and you can see him. It looks like he's at one of the desks, just going through. It looks like a large book, and then a couple smaller books. He doesn't look over to you guys at all.
Come on, Happy. We need you.
He looks over, kind of like turns a little bit in his chair, and Persimmon like kind of bends down towards you to whisper, Grayson, is it about the illusion? Because we were already told. I don't want to tell anybody, right, Edna? And she looks over at Edna.
It's not about the illusion, dear. There's somebody staying on the 3rd floor who's been missing for about a week, but
Oh.
we know that they can't leave, and we were hoping to get into his room.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Just to see what happens if you've been here for a while and, if he's sleeping or something worse has happened.
She looks back. Apollo, do you wanna? He doesn't say anything. He just goes back to his books. Oh, just one second. And she leaves the door open, but walks over to him, and they whisper back and forth. And then he just, without looking at her, takes his thing up and just places it on the table. And she picks it up, and she just kind of like pats him on the back of the head. A little bit of dust falls off the back of his head, and walks over. Okay, I can help. I know how to use these.
Oh, perfect.
That's great. You are a much better option and much more fun.
Yeah, he's being a little grumpy, Gus. She says a little bit loud as she like slams the door behind her.
And I guess we all convoy back down to the door.
Yep.
So is he always this grumpy, or is it just like us? Do we just like bring the worst out?
Mostly, usually when we get new assignments, he gets really stressed out with that kind of stuff, you know?
See, when I first started, I used to be the same way, and then I realized that you can't constantly take on the entire world all at once.
And that's what I keep telling him, but he keeps being like this.
You have to find some portion of your day that is just for you, or else you burn yourself out. It's just how it is.
Before you guys walk through the doorway to the stairwell, she just like without missing a beat, she's still talking to Grace and still like nodding along, not interrupting the conversation at all. She reaches in her pocket and sprinkles out a little bit of dust, stops for a second, and then walks over the dust and just goes back to talking to Grayson like she was. As you guys walk down the stairway, before she walks through the other doorway, she does the same thing. Doesn't make a thing of it. Just this is like what she does now when she walks through the door. Instead of just opening a door, she sprinkles dust, walks over, nods back at Grayson.
So anyway, this is the door though. The price was saying that this guy used to be pretty like, for one, he's supposed to be like me, like he can do the like healing people thing. And that he was staying here in this room, that he used to come down for dinner. And, I didn't ask him the timeline, but he said that it was a few weeks that this guy's been gone, and that's the same amount of time he said his dad's been gone.
That's suspicious.
The woman who we just met across the hall said he checked out about a week ago.
Oh, the
I don't
art
know if
lady,
that
we
means
saw
that
her.
She saw him. Yeah, I don't know if that means she saw him a week ago, or if she just was told that he left.
I don't know. We haven't talked to her yet. But you want me to get into this one?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I will toss her some guidance.
That's a D4, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah. She rolls the okay, if I could pick up this D4,
I believe in you.
I would roll it. She places the very elaborate thieves' tools on the ground and just kind of like furls it out, and you can see just how many there are now. There must be like 100 pieces in here, and she like unfolds part of it and pulls another one out, and starts going to town on the lock. Oh shit. Let's just roll just in case. Yeah, that's fucking great. She goes for like not even 10 seconds, and then you hear her go, oh wait, there it is, and you hear got it. It was definitely locked. Not very well.
You are very good at that. That is highly impressive. If we ever have time, that is a skill I would like to learn.
Oh, it's super easy.
You know, it's funny. All the things that I've learned over the years, that is not one of them. I will kind of just fling the door open.
You go to push the door, and you can feel something. It feels like something's jamming it from the other side. It only gets open about a centimeter. But it does feel like it's open now.
Can I do that like cartoon Scooby-Doo like lean in and look?
It's only really open like this much, and it looks like when you lean in to look, you're met with like a portion of the wall.
Arthur Zabel, I can avoid backup.
All right.
Whoever is going to try can make a strength check to push.
Zaboon?
I'll make a strength check.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. 7.
7.
Need a little help?
You are immediately met with again. You feel something is definitely blocking this door, like pushed up against it probably, and you push. You don't push your hardest, but you just kind of push stronger than you think Grayson should have right there, and it only opens like another inch.
I'm gonna back up, build some speed, and try to ram into it.
Okay, I'd say make one with advantage now since you're kind of.
Tell him, please guide this man and don't let him destroy the room.
Like an elephant in a china shop.
23.
23. As he stamps forward, the one last stomp, before he reaches the door, all of you hear splintering and shattering wood. As the door seems fine as it swings in and like kind of slams against the other side, but you see debris from what looks like a chair get strewn across the room towards the bed, and the frame of this room, the layout of this room is much different to yours. It's a lot smaller. You have the suite, but this is immediately there's like a little bit of a hallway with another door inside that is presumably, you were told that there were bathrooms, like, you know, just toilets on this floor. Yeah, with immediately there, and then the rest of the room is like around the corner. But you see, it looks like the rest of the chair is just kind of blown against the wall.
That's one way to do it.
The lights are out, by the way, so it's kind of dark.
Is the room still nice, or is it like what we should think the room should be?
Make a perception check if you guys are just kind of standing at the door frame.
It's a nat 1 for me.
Oh.
I can't see past the Zaboon.
14.
Soft 20.
I'd say Zaboon can see. Well, everybody else can see that it's a very dark room. It doesn't look like it's, you know, disheveled. Well, it kind of looks disheveled, but it doesn't look like it's disheveled in the sense that it doesn't match the rest of the decor. It just kind of looks like somebody was living in here and then didn't clean up after themselves. But you also can't see from where you are the rest of the room. You can just make out the corner of the bed around the corner. But Zaboon, you can see it looks like there are still belongings in this room. Just around the corner of the bed, it looks like there are things on the ground that aren't the debris from the chair. It looks like there are articles of clothing lying on what small corner of the bed you can see. And you also see what looks like some kind of liquid trailing across the ground.
Boy. What color is this liquid?
You're not sure. It's very dark.
Edna, can you make some kind of like... Is that a power you have?
Yes. I think so. Hold on. I'll pull out a small candle and prestidige a light on it.
Okay. Tiny candlelight shows up.
This is all I have right now.
I'll like borrow the candle and kind of walk in
Yeah.
Besides Zabu, and like, what's going on? What do you see? Come on, try and hold the candle light up.
Is there anything? Can I smell anything?
Yeah, make a perception check with advantage, specifically for smelling things around the room.
All right. 19.
19. You smell a little bit of mildew, like it smells like not the same level of what you were told Grayson smelled in the walls. It kind of just smells like people haven't been living in here, but that's the base. You also smell what you remember to be like a black powder, or like a more like a brimstone, kind of like being near a volcanic center. And then the most prominent smell is iron.
Do I see where the brimstone smell could be coming from?
It smells like it's coming from deeper in the room.
I'm gonna pull out my own torch.
Okay. Small torch lights up in front of Zaboon.
I'm gonna slowly walk towards the center of the room, keeping an eye on anything.
Okay. Actually, I can kind of... I've never done this before. Where is it? There it is. I can just do this real quick. I have chalk. And a chalkboard.
Ooh.
So, the hallway where the door is, where you guys are, right? And then the room kind of continues this way, but there's a wall here with another door. And it continues on this way, and then the rest of the room disappears this way. It feels like that's the size of the room, but flipped and mirrored.
Okay.
And you can kind of see the corner of the bed, like right here. The bed is probably like here.
I'm gonna just peek around the corner.
Okay. You go to with your torch out. You go to peek around the corner. Make another perception check.
16.
16. You go to peek around the corner, and you immediately see where the liquid is coming from. As you turn your head towards towards this section of the room, you can see pinned against this wall, about 3 feet up, is a humanoid body, surrounded in what looks like very ornately scribed and painted on symbols around him, like it almost looks kind of like a spell symbol. The clothing is tattered. You can see it looks like there are scorch marks all along his skin. It looks like he has been flayed. Portions of him have been flayed, and he has been pinned to this wall with a varying amount of his own belongings, books, clothes, bags, on the bed. And that's where we're gonna end for the night.
Damn. We got a murder case.
Grayson just kind of like comes in like behind Zabu, like, "What are you doing?" and sees this and just drops the cigarette.
Dun dun dun.
So I think it's safe to assume that liquid was blood.
Probably.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
Fucking demons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, might be on the right track with Warlock.
Symbols? Demons.
Demons?
God, demons.
Gonna bring the demons out of me.
I keep wanting to say this isn't my job, and because I don't like spooky things.
But it literally is your character's job.
It is very specifically what Grayson should stop. Oh.
This isn't my
Wish for a
job.
successful hotel. Okay, give me your guests.
Doubly so, because technically Torm is a war god.
Technically, it's not your job, Scott, but it is your character's job.
What is it? That is not my job.
All right. Well, we'll pick up there next week. I think that's it for. We don't have anything else to say. Next week we're going to be playing. We will be back next week. However, I think it was the week after, right?
Yeah, that's when it might get a little tricky.
Yeah, the week after is going to get a little tricky, and then the week after that it's also going to get tricky. So we might be taking, after next week, we might be taking a 2-week hiatus. Who knows? I'm going to say probably yes, just expect it. But other than that, thanks for just tuning in, everybody who tuned in. You're all awesome. Just thank you so much. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.